Okay, hi. I can finally say that I figured out my workflow for creating content. A lot of that actually has to do with my setup and the Apple ecosystem. If I had to hunt down some sort of external camera or try to figure out, okay, what's the best lighting tool to buy, I I just wouldn't be able to do it. Right now I'm recording this video on my iPhone's camera, and I'm using my back camera specifically, which is why the content looks like this. It's, crisp quality. I'm also using my MacBook as a viewfinder, and I have my iPad here for editing. Also, why I have my iPad is for the lighting. I built this lighting studio in Claude Code, and it's incredible. I love it so much. But this entire system has been really, really amazing. It's a game changer. I use AI obviously to build this, but the video itself is not edited by AI. It's just the systems around it that AI helped support me with in my editing setup is there's so many neat features actually. I know that you can edit in iMovie or you can edit directly on your phone or within whatever platform for social media that you want to use, and that's fine, but I just felt like there were certain functionalities that these tools were lacking, and thanks to AI, I was able to build it for myself. I like to kind of brain dump my first take, and I need that transcribed so that I can refine it with an AI tool. Like I like Perplexity, but you can use Claude or ChatGPT to refine the script, and then it turns that script for me into a shot list, and it'll also provide me with a title, hashtag, captions, a call to action if I need one. I can dictate who my audience is and what format the video is going to be in. So right now this video is shot on my phone. It's laying horizontally, but I mean that's good for YouTube. But if I wanted to post this on TikTok, obviously I can just change the format, the aspect ratio from the 16 by 9, which it's currently at, to a 9 by 16, and I don't lose the quality. It doesn't look stretched out. It doesn't look overly cropped or anything like that. And I love it. It took a while to get there. Okay, but we got there. Okay. The iOS voice synthesizer API is what really did the trick for me as far as like pulling the transcriptions from my take one videos and then refining it. So if you want to access that, you'd have to build your own tool and then you can use the API. And the API is really good. It's not an AI thing. It's native to the iOS tools. I tested it actually first just to make sure with a 50-minute long video, and it transcribed nearly all 50 minutes perfectly. Another thing that I added to my studio is the DaVinci Resolve color wheel for color grading. I don't know how to color grade, but I can learn, right? I have the tools now to just support me. I don't have to go and seek out another person's platform to figure things out. I really enjoy just like putting everything within my own ecosystem and then just like operating in that way. And then plus no one's gonna hit me with a some sort of monthly fee, subscription fee, entry fee, none of that. I am already paying for Claude, so I can use that API for whatever AI functionality my studio needs, or I can use Open AI as well because I actually have both. So keep that in mind when you're building your tools, because that way you can actually start eliminating a lot of subscriptions if you build the tools to support you or to replace what those subscriptions are, helping you with. I also built the silence remover. I don't really need it as much now that it takes the transcription and refines it, and then I can do like take two. There's not a lot of space for awkward silences because even though it seems like I'm recording this video for the first time, this is not my first take. It's not robotic, obviously, because I'm not using the cue cards verbatim. And it doesn't look like it looks like I'm looking at, let me show you what I'm looking at actually. Let me grab this. So this is my iPad, and these are the cues that are showing, and then this is my computer that acts as the viewfinder. And yeah, there's nothing on my computer screen that's showing me what to say, but I have to look at my computer screen because that's where the viewfinder is. I don't really see the point in looking directly at the camera, low key, no offense. If you're the type of person who feels like you should have eye contact with the creator, I'm just not gonna be the creator for you. I'm sorry. I'm just not looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself. You're gonna see more content from me now because I've built myself a harness, like a support ring, a support system. Because there were just so many things that I couldn't do, or I felt like were too difficult or annoying or some sort of nuisance. And I was like, well, I can just build the stuff that helps me do the things. And then I wouldn't have any excuse. Because I really would, I had excuses after excuses after excuses for a while. One of them being that I didn't have a professional camera, even though I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, that's good enough. And then the other thing was, okay, well, I was like, I don't have a ring light. Clearly, I don't need a ring light because I built a ring light tool. It's an entire lighting studio. I can change the colors if I wanted to. I can use studio light, moonlight. I can do fluorescent light, candlelight. Here, let me show you. I'll talk no action. So this is gonna be, so this is candle. Let me show you what candle looks like. This is a candle light. It doesn't help that the room that I'm sitting in right now has like a fluorescent bulb, but you get the gist. Let me go back to studio while I finish out this video. So I really plan to add more tools and features to my studio, like a teleprompter. The teleprompter that I have right now that gives me the cues isn't, well, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm using it on my iPad, and I'm not using it verbatim. They're just essentially like there to help me and remind me of what it is that I said in take one, because it derives from my first take, and my first take was just free flow, stream of consciousness, and then I get the refined version with the cue cards, and it's just the best. I also have a scheduling tool, so it allows me to plan my content and schedule them directly into the various social media platforms, which is amazing. It also has analytics, so I can import my analytics from the various platforms. It'll read which hashtags or titles, like which ones did well, and then how to like reformat the next one and stay within that range. Very useful because a lot of these social media platforms do have analytics and you can export the file, which is what I did. I export the files, I upload them into my studio, and then it's like, a guiding tool for the next few contents. I have also in my studio a thumbnail editor. I didn't really know anything about thumbnails until recently, so this is really nice. And it's super easy too because all I really have to do is have like my original, like this video that I'm making right now. It's going to format it for me. I'm gonna choose what platform I need the thumbnail for. It gives me the right size. I can change up one or two things if I want to, add image, whatever. And then, yeah, I don't have to think about it too much. It just simplifies the entire process. And I just could not be happier. I really couldn't. This video right now, I don't know if I mentioned it's being filmed horizontally. You're gonna see it on TikTok and you're not gonna know. because it's not gonna force you to view it in full screen, you know? It's just gonna look like well, it's not gonna look like I took the video inside of the editor because you're also going to see my watermark. That's another cool thing about building your own studio is you can embed your logo, your brand design, all the visual elements for your brand can be a part of the studio and have it embed those elements into your videos. So I'm always going to have my brand's watermarks on my videos, always. What else am I gonna have? Sometimes, I mean, my brand colors, I like to play around with the colors just because customization, but at least you get my logo and my brand name in the corner always. Another thing, I didn't even mention this because I'm not really reading the teleprompter. I'm just free flowing, but it is nice to have a reminder of what to talk about. I have a floating head, and you see this on TikTok when you use a green screen and you're just like, recording content and like the video is playing behind you. So I'm gonna insert a floating head or like my own rendition of that here. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. I can choose which sound is prominent. I can have both sounds playing or, have one mute and the other one. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish visually. Yeah, that's pretty much my current setup. I think I've mentioned everything. Oh, there's a carousel editor for, Instagram and Lemonade and Facebook and things like that when you need multiple slides. I have that. It's branded, easy. You can choose the different styles. Everything comes out in my brand typography, which is really nice, and of course, my brand colors. So, I'm always looking for ways to improve this current system. So, let me know like what else should I add? What are you guys doing? How are you guys building your own sort of ecosystem? I've heard so many cool things. I know a lot of people have like their own like personal operating dashboard, like their own personal, yeah, operating system. I have that too for, well, I guess I don't have it on a personal level. Everything is geared towards supporting me as a founder, as someone who's trying to convert what I do on a day-to-day basis into a business. And so, yeah, that's what my operating systems really help me do. But yeah, like the ecosystem that Apple has is really, really integral to everything that I have going on here. Like, so again, shout out to you, Apple.